seat priority for Golden Gopher football. They've got this point system, and a lot of it had already been announced regarding financial support giving to TCF Bank Stadium, for example. You get 5 points per $100. Current year giving to athletics, 2.5 points per $100. Lifetime giving to athletics, 1 point per $100. Lifetime giving to the university, 1 point per $300. Affinity, I guess in the affinity category, varsity letter winner, that's worth 400 points. 400 points per person. That's not bad. But you got to, I think, have graduated. 100 points per person, Lifetime Alumni Association membership. No, excuse me. I got that one wrong. Lifetime Alumni Association membership, 25 points per person. And there's a number of other categories, and you may have seen the stories locally that there was some bitterness among the veteran people who said, hey, I've been behind this club forever. I've suffered through a lot of stuff, and yet I'm sitting here, I've got to, I'm not sure where I'm going to be seated, and B, you're saying I got to plunk down $500 per ticket as the licensing fee. I will say this. You're living in some sort of a dream world if you thought, even here, as bad as it's been, that there wasn't going to be a licensing fee.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, grow up.
Welcome to the real world.
Welcome to the real world. Is it absurd based on what they've been? Yeah, but how can anybody pretend to be surprised that that's part of what they were going to do? That's just silly, don't you think?
Well,
it just doesn't add up.
I mean, take a look at any major college football program in the country and what it takes to get in and get those kind of seats. But probably 10 times what you're spending here.
In an effort to ameliorate, is that a word?
That sounds
ameliorate.
Wow.
The bad feeling. Can you ameliorate bad feeling? I think to assuage it, to attempt to make these folks feel a little bit better.
Soothe the savage beast.
That's another way to put it. They have come up with a system, another way, a new point system that will allow you to gain some points back as well that are not directly related to, let's say, things like financial contributions, whether you're a letter winner, etc.
All right.
If, for example, you kept your ticket stub from Gopher, Wisconsin game 2005.
Yeah.
That was the game where we were up 34-24 in the fourth. Gave up a quick touchdown, and then we had that punt from the shadows of our own end zone.
Right.
Our punter dropped the snap. Punt gets blocked. Wisconsin recovers in end zone, wins 38-34. If you save your stub from that game, that is worth 50 points in this system. Gophers Northwestern in 2000. We were up 35-14 late in the third. These are all games, of course, at the Dome. We lose that one 41-35 on a Hail Mary pass as time expires. That was the Zach Kustok game.
Yeah.
We didn't need him, by the way.
No.
He came to Mace's office, and Mace didn't want him. Zach Kustok. That's worth 75 points if you kept that stub. Gophers, Iowa, 2004. This is I got to give them credit because they went beyond the usual collapses when they set up this grid. In that game, we lost 29-27, and we didn't really collapse, but we outrushed Iowa 337-6 and still managed to lose, which is tough to do.
Yes.
That is worth, you keep the stub from that game, you still have it in your jewelry box.
You suffered through it.
That's worth 25 points.
Outstanding.
Which isn't bad at all. Gophers, Purdue, 2001. Gophers up 28-18, give up a late touchdown. Purdue, that was the game where Purdue took over with 19 seconds to play from, I think, their own 3-yard line. No timeouts. And somehow, some way, they go 65 yards in 2 plays.
Yes.
39-yard pass with 1 second left. And they end up hitting a field goal with officials not even behind the uprights. The officials are sprinting towards the uprights to see if it's good. Travis Dorsch hits a 48-yarder, sends the game into OT, and Purdue wins it in OT. That game, if you suffered through that and saved the stub, that's 125 points.
Can't make that one up.
You can't make that one up. And part of the reason that's worth so many more points than several of the others that we have come up with to this date. Gophers, Michigan, 2003. We all remember this one. Gophers up 28-7 going into the fourth. We give up 4 fourth-quarter touchdowns and a game-winning field goal. We give up 31 points in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
We lose 38-35 despite outrushing Michigan 424-94. That one, you saved the stub for that one. And a lot of people, my guess is, burned their stubs. Mistake. 800 points in this point system that gives you access to much better seats closer to the middle of the field.
Welcome to the 50-yard line.
Gophers, Ohio State, 1989. Another one that a lot of people have forgotten about. Gophers up 31-zip, 4:29 to play in the half. 31-0. And they lose 41-37. At the time, equaling the greatest comeback in college history. Actually, at that point it was. It's been surpassed since. We blow a 31-0 lead, and we have a ball dropped in the end zone at the buzzer that would have won the game for us.
Oh.
That one is worth 500.
That's a good one.
Points, and now that's from a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know how. Again, that's 1989. That's how many years ago is that?
Well, that would have been
18 years ago.
Yeah.
19 years ago. Insight Bowl, Gophers and Texas Tech. That was after the 06 season, was it not? So I don't know what the date of it was, but it was post-2006 season. We lose 44-41 in the greatest bowl comeback ever. We're up 38-7.
Yeah.
We lose 44-41. So we also had a 31-point lead there, not to be confused with the 31-point lead we blew in the Goody era. This was in Sierra. It wrapped up the Mace era. We blew that lead, and that remains, I think, the greatest bowl comeback ever. So we've tied, at least at the time, greatest regular season comeback ever,
yes.
And we also set the new record for greatest bowl comeback ever. That one is worth 1,200 points because, in addition to the cataclysmic nature of the loss itself, you had to travel.
Well, yeah, you hit the road for that one.
So if you saved, and by the way, though, here's a key addition to this. You not only have to get full credit on the points, you not only have to have your ticket stub, you have to have your hotel receipt.
To prove.
Yeah, because anybody, for all they know, you bought a ticket stub from somebody else, right. Or you found someone later. So this, I think, for some of the people, the longtime season ticket holders who were very frustrated with the plan and also with the amount of money they were going to have to spend and the concern that they were still going to end up on the 10-yard line, you save your stubs, you might even end up in a suite. I don't know.
Well, yeah. You're talking about if you had all those.
Yes.
You put all those together, you're right there.
You're in very good position. Yeah. We will come back and wrap up this hour with a couple of phone calls. 651-989-1130.